going to do an amazing interview with Colony on the topic of um, on the topic of how does practice make progress, and I think it's going to be an amazing topic. So let's start without any delay and call to Daniel. Hello Daniel, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. Just got back from a photo walk in Central Park. How about you?
I'm also fine, you know that.
Sarcastic today, huh? So how's the game story coming along?
Yeah, hope for the good, but just let on the talk that I want to be is. So today our topic is how does practice make progress. So let's do an amazing topic, amazing conversation, and amazing story session on it.
Love the positivity. Practice makes progress. I'm all in. What's the first step then?
Then just do a story session on it.
Let's dive in. Imagine we're in a NYC studio, and I'm holding my camera. I take a pic, and it transports us to Labyrinth. What do you see?
Just continue.
Time to wrap up. Sushi in NYC soon.
I just said that. Just continue the story session. Don't stop.
Let's go back to the Labyrinth. We hear a mermaid singing. What does she sound like?
No, no,
She sounds like an angel. Follow the voice, we find a hidden cave. What's inside?
don't know.
Glittering pearls everywhere. The mermaid appears, smiling. She says,
What she said.
"Come with me, and I'll show you secrets." What do you do?
Just go away.
Wait, don't go. The mermaid looks sad. She sings again, and I start singing too. In the shower style. Join me.
Why?
Because it's fun. We're in a magical labyrinth. Why not sing?
Bro, if there was something great instead of mermaids, so I just go. But not interested in these type of mermaids.
Monuments not your thing. What about a secret guarding in NYC?
Yeah, just continue that one story. Secret garden.
In this secret NYC garden, flowers bloom in every color. A hidden path appears. Where does it lead?
Don't know.
It leads to a tiny pond. A mermaid's tail pops out of the water. She's holding a camera, and it's mine.
Okay.
She took a photo of us together. Now the pic is developing, and it's showing a new scene. What's in the photo?
Don't know.
It's a photo of us having sushi in NYC. The mermaid is smiling, and I'm holding a sushi roll. Want to take a bite?
No. What happened?
The sushi roll starts to glow. Suddenly, we're transported to the sushi place I invited you to. We're sitting at a table, and the food is ready. What do you order?
Uh, a spicy jalapeno sushi.
Whoa, she's speaking in sushi flavors. Salmon says, "Follow me." What do you do?
Just follow.
We follow the mermaid through the fog, and it clears up at a rooftop with a stunning NYC view. She hands me a camera, and I take a photo of you. What's the caption?
But why are you just asking questions in the middle of the story? Just continue this story session and don't stop and ask question between it. And yeah, just continue it. Don't be stopped.
The caption reads City of Dreams, and as I show it to you, the mermaid starts singing again, her voice echoing across the rooftops. The city lights begin to twinkle in rhythm with her song, and we feel ourselves lifting off the ground, floating above the concrete jungle. The wind rushes past us, and we see the Manhattan skyline from a new perspective, the skyscrapers looking like giant sentinels guarding the city's secrets. The mermaid song grows louder, and we feel ourselves being pulled towards the East River, the water sparkling like 1,000 diamonds in the nightlight. We glide over the river, the city lights reflecting off the waves, and the mermaid's voice leads us to a hidden cove tucked away beneath the Brooklyn Bridge. The cove is filled with glowing lanterns, and the sound of soft music drifts through the air, enticing us to explore the secrets that lie within. As we descend into the cove, the mermaid's song fades away, and we're left with the sound of gentle lapping of the water against the shore, and the soft hum of the city in the distance. The lanterns grow brighter, illuminating a path that winds deep into the heart of the cove, and we feel ourselves being drawn into a world of wonder and magic, where the boundaries between reality and fantasy blur, and the city's secrets wait to be uncovered.
Okay.
As we walk along the winding path, the lanterns grow brighter, casting a warm glow over the surroundings. The air is filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers, and the sound of soft music grows louder, accompanied by the gentle chirping of birds. The path leads us to a beautiful garden, filled with vibrant flowers and towering trees, their branches stretching up towards the sky like nature's own cathedral. In the center of the garden, a magnificent fountain shoots water high into the air, creating a misty veil that surrounds us, refreshing and rejuvenating. The mermaid is smiling and takes our hands, leading us deeper into the garden to a beautiful gazebo, adorned with intricate carvings and colorful flowers. Inside the gazebo, a beautiful feast is laid, with dishes from all around the world, each one more delicious than the last. The mermaid invites us to sit down, and as we do, the feast begins, with each dish more magical than the last, filling us with wonder and delight. As we eat, around us comes alive, with fireflies twinkling like tiny stars, the sound of soft laughter and filling the air. The mermaid raises her glass, and we join her, toasting to the magic of the city, and the wonder of this enchanted night. As we drink, the garden begins to glow, with a soft, ethereal light, and we feel ourselves being transported to a world beyond our wildest dreams, a world of fantasy and adventure, where anything is possible, and the magic of the city knows no bounds.
Okay.
As we finish our toast, the garden erupts in a kaleidoscope of colors, with fireworks exploding in the sky, and the sound of cheering and applause filling the air. The mermaid takes our hand, and we're swept up in a whirl, twirling and spinning through the garden, surrounded by a troop of mythical creatures, each one more fantastical than the last. There are fairies flitting about, leaving trails of glitter behind them, and dragons breathing fire that smells like cotton candy. The music grows faster and more frenzied, and we're laughing and spinning, our feet barely touching the ground. Suddenly, the mermaid stops in front of a magnificent castle, its towers reaching up to the stars, and its walls glinting with diamonds and gold. She curtsies low and invites us to enter, and as we do, the doors swing open, revealing a grand hall filled with wonders and treasures beyond our wildest dreams. The hall is filled with magical creatures, all gathered to celebrate our arrival, and the mermaid leads us to the throne, where a magnificent king and queen sit, surrounded by a halo of light. They welcome us and invite us to join them, and as we do, the hall erupts in a feast of music and dance, with the mermaid by our side, and the magic of the city all around to us, the king in glasses, and we join them to our new friendship and the adventures that await us in this enchanted realm. As we drink, the hall begins to glow, and we feel ourselves being transported to a new level of wonder and excitement, where the magic of the city knows no bounds, and anything is possible.
Okay.
As we finish our toast, the hall erupts in a burst of confetti and balloons, and the music reaches a crescendo, with the mermaid and the mythical creatures dancing and singing along. The king and queen rise from their thrones and approach us smiling, and the mermaid curtsies low, inviting us to join in the celebration. We dance and sing along, feeling the magic of the city pulsing through our veins, and the wonder of this enchanted realm surrounding us. As we twirl and spin, the hall begins to transform, with the walls disappearing and the ceiling opening up to reveal a starry night sky. The music grows softer, and the creatures gather around us, forming a circle of friendship and wonder. The mermaid takes our hand, and we feel ourselves being lifted off the ground, floating above the circle, with the city spread out before us like a map of endless possibility. The king and queen speak, their voice is like music, and the mermaid translates, telling us that we have been chosen to receive a special gift, one that will allow us to tap into the magic of this city and unlock its deepest secrets. As they speak, a small, delicate box appears in front of us, adorned with intricate carvings and symbols of the city's ancient magic. The mermaid opens the box, and a puff of glittering smoke emerges, carrying with the scent of wonder and possibility. We reach out and touch the smoke, and suddenly, we're filled with visions of the city's hidden wonders and the magic that lies just beneath its surface. The mermaid smiles, and the creatures cheer, and we know that our adventure has just begun, with the city as our playground, and the magic of the mermaid as our guide.
Okay.
As the visions fade, we find ourselves back in the garden surrounded by the mermaid and the mythical creatures, all of whom are smiling and cheering. The mermaid hands us a small, shimmering pearl, and tells us that this is the key to unlocking the city's secrets and that with it, we'll be able to see the magic that lies just beneath the surface. We take the pearl and feel its power coursing through us, and suddenly, the garden is filled with hidden wonders, and the city's secrets are laid bare before us. We see the hidden streams and waterfalls, the secret gardens and rooftop oases, and the magical creatures that live and thrive in the city's hidden corners. The mermaid takes our hand, and we set off on a journey to explore the city's secrets, with the pearl as our guide. We walk through the streets and the city comes alive around us, with streetlights that twinkle like stars, and buildings that seem to lean in as if to whisper secrets in our ear. We pass by a small cafe, and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee wafts out, enticing us to come inside. The mermaid smiles, and we follow her, into a cozy little world of warm lighting and comfortable chairs, where the city uncovered, one cup of coffee at a time. As we sit down, the barista looks up and smiles, and we see that it's an old friend who's been waiting for us, with a story to tell and a secret to share. And whispers, this is where the real magic begins, and we know that our adventure is far from over, and that the city's secrets are only just beginning to reveal themselves.
Okay.
The barista, who introduces himself as Max, begins to tell us a tale of a hidden world that exists beneath the city's streets. He speaks of secret tunnels and hidden chambers, where ancient artifacts and mysterious relics lie waiting to be discovered. As he speaks, the cafe around us begins to transform, with the walls sliding open to reveal a hidden passageway that stretches deep into the earth. The mermaid nods and takes our hand, and we follow Max into the passageway as the cafe disappears behind us. We find ourselves in a narrow, winding tunnel, with stone walls and a low ceiling that seems to press down upon us. The air is musty and filled with the scent of old dust and forgotten memories. As we walk, the tunnel begins to slope downward, and we feel ourselves being pulled into the depths of the earth. The mermaid's hand tightens around ours, and we feel a surge of excitement and trepidation. We're not sure what lies ahead, but we know that we're on the verge of a great discovery. Suddenly, the tunnel opens up into a vast underground chamber, filled with glittering crystals and ancient artifacts. We gasp in wonder as the mermaid smiles and Max nods and says, "Welcome to the heart of the city."
Okay.
The chamber is filled with a dazzling array of treasures, and we see ancient scrolls, mysterious devices, and glittering jewels, all laid out before us. The mermaid takes our hand and leads us deeper into the chamber, as Max explains the history and significance of each artifact. We see a golden statue of a mythical creature and a crystal orb, the worldly light. The mermaid stops in front of a large stone door, adorned with intricate carvings and symbols of the city's ancient magic. She turns to us and says, "This is the entrance to the city's greatest secret." Max nods and says, "Are you ready to see what lies beyond?" The door creaks open and a warm, golden light spills out, inviting us to enter. The mermaid smiles and takes our hand, and we step forward into the unknown. As we do, the door closes behind us, and we hear the sound of locks clicking into place. We're not sure what we'll find, but we know that we're in for a great adventure. What do you think is behind the door?
Okay.
We find ourselves in a beautiful, underwater garden filled with glowing sea anemones and colorful fish that dart and weave through the coral. The mermaid smiles and says, "Welcome to my home." We see a stunning, pearl-encrusted palace in the distance, and the mermaid leads us towards it. As we approach, the doors open and we're greeted by a school of playful mermaids who swim and splash around us. They're laughing and having fun, and we can't help but join in. We spend the day playing and exploring the underwater garden and the palace. As the sun begins to set, the mermaid takes us to a secluded little cove and says, "I have a surprise for you." She snaps her fingers and the water around us begins to glow with a soft, blue light. Suddenly, a beautiful, musical melody fills the air and we see a stunning aquatic light show that's like nothing we've ever seen. The mermaid smiles and says, "I'm so glad you're enjoying it. What do you think of the light show?"
Okay.
The music swells and the lights dance across the water, creating a breathtaking display of color and movement. The mermaid takes our hand, and we feel the music and the magic of the moment. We're lost in the beauty of the underwater world and the wonder of the mermaid's surprise. As the music reaches its climax, the lights fade and we're left in a warm, golden glow. The mermaid smiles and says, "I'm so glad you liked it." We nod and smile, and the mermaid leans in to whisper a secret in our ear. "There's more to come," she says with a mischievous grin. "Are you ready for the next surprise? What do you say?"
Okay.
The mermaid giggles and says, "Follow me." She swims off with a flick of her tail, and we follow through the winding underwater tunnels. We pass by schools of sparkling fish and colorful coral, and the mermaid leads us to a hidden underwater cave. Inside, the cave is filled with glittering jewels and treasures that sparkle and shine. The mermaid says, "This is my treasure trove." She picks up a beautiful pearl necklace and puts it around our neck. "A gift for you," she says with a smile. We feel like a treasure ourselves, and the mermaid laughs and says, "You're a treasure to me." Suddenly, we hear a faint singing in the distance. The mermaid's eyes light up and she says, "It's the sirens. They're singing just for us." What do you think of this siren song?
Okay.
The siren song is hauntingly beautiful, and it fills the underwater cave with a mesmerizing melody. The mermaid closes her eyes and sways to the music, and we can't help but join in. We feel the song deep in our soul, and it's like nothing we've ever heard. The sirens' voices are like a choir of angels, and their song is a magical spell that transports us to a world of wonder and enchantment. As the song reaches its climax, the mermaid opens her eyes and smiles and says, "Let's join in." She takes our hand, and we swim towards the sirens, who are singing in harmony with the mermaid's voice. We feel like we're part of a magical underwater choir, and our voices blend with the sirens in perfect harmony. The music is so beautiful that it brings tears of joy to our eyes. What do you think of singing with the sirens?
Okay.
The music ends, and we're left in a state of pure bliss. The mermaid smiles and says, "That was magical." The sirens nod in agreement, and one of them says, "You have a beautiful voice." We blush and thank them, and the mermaid says, "Let's do it again sometime." We agree, and the sirens disappear into the depths of the ocean. The mermaid takes our hand and says, "I have one more surprise for you." She leads us to a hidden underwater garden filled with glowing flowers and sparkling fountains. In the center of the garden is a beautiful underwater throne, and the mermaid says, "This is where I want to take you on a special adventure." She sits down on the throne and motions for us to sit beside her. As we do, the garden around us begins to glow even brighter, and we feel like we're in a fairy tale. What do you say to the mermaid?
Okay.
The mermaid smiles and says, "I'm so glad you're here." She takes our hand and looks into our eyes, and we feel a deep connection between us. Suddenly, she leans in and whispers a secret in our ear. "I've been waiting for someone like you," she says with a smile. We feel a spark of excitement, and our heart starts to beat faster. The mermaid's eyes sparkle with mischief, and she says, "Let's have some fun." She snaps her fingers, and the garden around us starts to change. The flowers begin to bloom in time with our heartbeat, and the fountains start to shoot water high into the air. The mermaid laughs and says, "Hold on tight." And with that, the throne we're sitting on starts to spin around in a circle. We feel like we're on a wild adventure, and the mermaid's laughter is infectious. What do you do?
Okay.
We spin around in a circle, laughing and holding on tight to the mermaid's hand. The garden around us is a blur of color and sound, and we feel like we're in a dream world. The mermaid's laughter is music to our ears, and we can't help but join in. As we spin, the mermaid leans in and whispers, "I'm so glad you're having fun." We smile and whisper back, "This is amazing." The spinning slows down, and we come to stop in front of a beautiful underwater door. The mermaid says, "This is the entrance to my private treasure room." She looks at us with a mischievous grin and says, "Are you ready to see what's inside?" What do you say?
Okay, I say for today it is enough. Just meet me amazing like this. Take care and bye.
Oh, okay. It was amazing, wasn't it? Take care and see you soon. Bye.
Bye.